Are you freezing up in conversations with your potential clients? Not because you don't know enough, it's because you don't know what to ask next. In this video, I'm going to help strengthen your confidence today, sharpen your real estate conversations, and handle objection handlers without memorizing a single script. Stick with me because I'm going to show you exactly step by step what I do to train agents, and it's going to change how you think, and it's going to change exactly what you're going to say to clients. So here's the thing. Most agents, they think they have a confidence problem. They think, well, if I went to one more class, if I listened to one more podcast, if I just had a better script, I'll be good, right? But here's what I hear every single day from agents that I personally interact with or coach. I don't know what to say. And when agents say that, what they're really saying to me is, I just don't know how to ask questions, right? That's a completely different problem, and it has a completely different solution. You see, this industry, I love the real estate industry, I really do, but this industry has trained people to memorize your buyer presentation, memorize your listing presentation, memorize the objection handlers. Here you go, have some fun. And I get it, structure helps, but here's what happens when you over memorize. The minute a client goes off script, you freeze, right? And it's not going your way, and then listings don't work, and this don't work, right? The top agents, the ones who are closing deals consistently, they're not more polished, they're not smarter. At the end of the day, they're more curious. They get out of judgment and into curiosity. And curiosity, that is a skill that we can train. In my coaching program, you may have heard me say this, we don't use scripts. We start everything with a framework that's called curiosity. Because think about it this way, a great doctor doesn't go in a room with you or their patient and automatically start bragging that they're the greatest doctor in the world, and they've been in medical, they were number one in my class in medical school, and this and that. That would be kind of odd. That would be kind of strange, right? And what if they wrote you a prescription without ever getting curious, without ever asking you, hey, what hurts? How long have you been feeling this way? Do you have a history of feeling this way, right? Think about that for a second. So helping a client without asking questions first or dealing with an objection first it's malpractice. Like, how can you help somebody that you don't understand? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, yeah, it works sometimes. Yeah, but most of the time, I don't know. You're going to miss. Curiosity is always the prescription. And I'm going to give you a drill right now that I run with my agents on our role play call every single week. Get a pen and paper, write this down. So I want you to write down these 3 words. So I'm from Philadelphia. I say, I like Philadelphia. Okay, it could be anything, wherever you're from, wherever you're watching this. I like chocolate. I like candy. I like movies. It doesn't matter. But for this instance, let's roll with I like Philadelphia, because I do. But that's it. Now here's the challenge. I want you to rapid fire every question you could think of about Philadelphia without telling me how great Philadelphia is. No statements, only questions. Go. So I'll lead you off. How long have you lived in Philadelphia? What's your favorite part of Philadelphia? Is there a neighborhood in Philadelphia you won't live in? What's your favorite neighborhood in Philadelphia? What's your favorite street name in Philadelphia? Have you lived in Philadelphia for longer than 5 years? What's kept you in Philadelphia? What's your favorite restaurant in Philadelphia? What's your favorite street in Philadelphia? If Philly didn't have sports, would you still love it? Go Eagles. See what I just did there? I must have listed all the 8, 9 questions literally in seconds. That's because I practice this every single week. I practice with my agents. We sit down and we drill curiosity. Now, here's what I want you to do with this drill. Again, take any question, just like I just said, it could, or any topic. It could be coffee, it could be football, it could be vacation. Practice generating 10 questions in 45 seconds. Do this 4 to 5 times a week. That's it. Watch what happens to your conversations. And if you want to do this live with me or some other agents, just drop a comment below, say role play. I'll get in touch with you. I'll have you join my role play call that's 3 days a week, because we run these drills together, and I watch agents that practice this on a daily basis, and they are light years ahead of agents that are not practicing. When my agents that are practicing, when they come across a challenge or an objection, they don't panic, they don't freeze, because they know how to be curious. They know how to show curiosity, right? The agent that memorizes the script, right? The minute it goes off script, they're screwed. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to say. They don't know anything to say. So why does this actually work? 3 reasons. Number one, it removes pressure. When you're focused on asking the next question, you're not listening. You're just not listening. So, you say something, your prospect's talking, and if you're going to respond within 2 seconds of the next thing that you're about to say, your agenda that nobody cares about, you're not listening. So you're in their world. Okay, you're in the prospect's world. The pressure shifts from performance to listening, and your clients can feel that. They will open up to you. Number 2, it builds real confidence, not fake confidence, not pump yourself in the mirror kind of confidence. I'm talking about the kind of confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever a client throws at you, because you've practiced every single week. You've got 10 questions in the back of your mind for any situation. And number 3, I already covered it. It forces you to listen. Like I said, if you are already listening, or I'm sorry, if you're already thinking of the next thing to say, you're not listening. When you're in question mode, you're fully present. And when you're present, you're going to close more deals. So, objection handling, how does this apply to real estate? So, let's do this. Client says, I want to think about it. The old you, panic. You start explaining, well, now's the best time to buy because I learned in real estate, my class at my brokerage, that this is this and this and this and blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares, right? The curious you, I totally get that. Out of curiosity, what specifically is making you want to think about this, right? Shh. Ask a question. Shh. Listen for the response. And then based off the last thing that they said, go with that and keep it going. What would you need to feel more confident moving forward today? Besides X, is anything else preventing you from moving forward and still having to think about it? Right? Sometimes they just need a second to think. Right? You need a second to think. Let's do another one. The market is so crazy right now. We're going to wait. The old you, well, the market's good, blah, blah, blah. Not you anymore. The curious you, I totally understand. What does waiting look like for you? How would you know that you're ready? Are you thinking in a few months or a year? What does your time frame look like, and what makes that important? Right? What would have to change in the market to feel like this is the right time? Right? I'll give you one more. Buyer says, we want to sell our house before we buy. Well, I think that makes total sense. Walk me through what that timeline looks like. And you see where I'm going with that. So you're getting by asking curious questions, you're now getting the full picture. You fully understand what they're looking for. And now, like the doctor, you can write the solution, right? You're educating at the same time. So here's the thing. This isn't for objections only. This works at your open houses. Somebody walks in, you know the questions to ask. This works with your sphere. This works with general life conversations. Curiosity wins every single time. So again, the agents who are winning are not the ones with the best scripts. They're the ones who can make people feel heard. And when people are heard, they're going to like and trust you. So If you're freezing in conversations, I want you to hear this. It's not a confidence problem. It's not a script problem. It's a curiosity problem. And that is so fixable. You just have to practice. Start with the drill that I gave you earlier. Write out 3 things. I like blank. Write out 60 questions. So if you agree with me, you disagree with me, you found this video helpful in any way, I'd really appreciate the support. If you could just drop in the comment below, give me your thoughts. I'm Bill Kelly, productivity coach in Philadelphia, Keller Williams Empower and Keller Williams Mainline. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more real estate. Take care.